sometimes in order to create something beautiful, you have to know where to start. Today we're going to talk about some of the rules of composition so that you have a better understanding of how to draw someone's eye to the thing you really want them to see. Today we're going to talk about some of the rules of composition so that you have a better understanding of what exactly rule of thirds, golden ratio, leading lines, and all of those other things that sound really overwhelming or intimidating, what all of those things mean, so that you can not only direct your viewer's eye where you want it to go, but also to help you learn to be a better photographer. For leading lines, it doesn't matter if they're curved lines or straight lines. You want your lines to point to your subject or the object that you're trying to draw attention to. Depending on where I'm standing or where my subject is standing, changes where the viewer looks. When you are using leading lines, you want to place your subject in the middle of one of those lines, or another way is to put them close to the leading line so that it draws the viewer to the subject or the object that you want them to look at. If you're trying to enhance your photography and direct your viewer's eye where you want them to go, but you're having trouble figuring out how to do that, rule of thirds is a really good rule of composition for you to use in order to achieve that goal. Let me show you what I mean. You can turn grids on with your phone or your camera. Most cameras have a grid that you can use, and this allows you to use rule of thirds. Here, I have rule of thirds on, and I have the road in the center of my image, so it's leading my viewer to the horizon line, which is what I want them to look at. This is a really good tool for people who are just starting out with photography to have in their back pocket, so they have a visual element in their photo they want their viewer to see and how to get to that point. With negative space, you essentially are giving the viewer only what you want them to see. You're giving them the subject and only the subject. A lot of times the sky is used as your negative space. The sky is pretty much empty. There's not much to look at there. Your subject is the only thing that they have to focus on because you're using negative space. Another rule of composition you can use is to center your subject in the middle of your frame. Filling the frame is also another rule of composition. You get as close as possible to your subject and you fill the entire frame with as much of your subject as you can. Like this. You can also use the framing rule of composition, where you place your subject within a frame and then take a picture of them inside of that frame. It doesn't have to be harsh lines, it can be soft lines, but for example, this is a good representation of using framing when you're taking a picture of your subject. Those are a few rules of composition I believe any beginner can take and apply to what they're taking photos of. I hope you learned something today, and if you did, you use what you've learned and you go and you create something. I'll make sure to link all of the gear I used in today's video down below, and if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I'm Tilly Scholl, and thanks for watching.